Oh, shiver me timbers, we got a villager stricken with scurvy. Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome back to Farthest Frontier. This game, amazing. I've been loving the hell out of this. It's a Banished-like game that reminds me a lot of Anno and so many other games I love at the same time. The buildings and the nature and the animals and such looking all so beautiful. Going to be awesome. So welcome back. Good to see you all here. Thanks for leaving a like. Welcome to all the new subscribers. And if you haven't seen the beginning episodes of this or any of our live streams on the game, make sure you jump back and check those out. But I'm sure many of you are along for the long haul, so welcome back. Well, good thing we've got ourselves the doctor in town. We've got somebody stricken with scurvy, and over here at the medicine hut, they can get a few things they need in order to, stay alive a little bit longer until some of the food is distributed. Kind of interesting that we've got scurvy, although we've got plenty of stuff in the storage that should prevent that. Things like berries and vegetables and different types of maybe other fruits and things. So they'll be fine. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and continue to upgrade our town as we're rocketing towards Tier 3, soon to be Tier 4. Once we hit the Tier 3 buildings, that we can then start working on the Tier 4 upgrades. And we just need to get our population up to 125, so it's just going to take time for babies to be born and immigrants to move into the town. And, of course, homesteads to upgrade to, a 25 total of the Tier 2 homestead. So that should be pretty cool. Well, we're going to go ahead and continue to wait for everybody to move into the town. We got new industries bustling. We got ourselves a wonderful candlestick shop over here that's making some good amount of candles. And we got a lot of wax, too, so I'm going to hire another person to work there. We can go ahead and get more candles made and then sold right next door at the trade depot as soon as another trader comes around. So we'll have to see if someone comes around soon. Previously, we had somebody just take off from, I forget exactly what town, but they specialize in weapons and iron, so they buy things like coal and can also sell iron ore, weapons, and heavy tools, which means we can now start working on building ourselves a wheat field and start making grain and a bakery, although I don't think we can do that until we hit Tier 3. We can make the flour, but we can't make a bakery until Tier 3, I believe, so let's take a look at that. Oh, a soap production, that's what we should do today, too. No, that is incorrect. We can make a bakery at Tier 2, so that's good. All right, so we'll start with that as well. Just got to wait for a few more farm fields to be finished, so we'll do that then. Looks like actually these are all done, so we can expand a little bit more. Still takes a little bit of time to do. We're going to make one big old wheat field here. One giant field here just for wheat. And I think we can also feed the wheat to cattle and such, though it's not a requirement. We can always give the cattle whatever they need for pasture, and I believe the person who works the cow shed will get straw and hay that they need automatically, and I think providing grain just gives a bonus to milk production, a boost to milk production, I believe. But we have yet to see that, so we'll see as we soon get there. All right, the wheat field will come up soon, and then we'll build ourselves a granary, maybe at the top of town, maybe like up back here, so they could take advantage of the wind. It can be built anywhere. We don't have to necessarily build it in a specific spot, so that'll be fine. Okay, let's go ahead and get to building a let's build a soap maker now. So a soap maker just needs animal fat / tallow and also herbs in order to make soap. So that's something that we can sell a lot of, and also will provide a positive boost to our town. The people in the city right now want a lot more than that. They want clothing and shoes. So we're making a cobbler too, and that'll help us to make peach pies. No, peach cobbler. No, shoes, yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and make ourselves a soap factory or whatnot. I forget exactly where it is. It could be under resources. Let's see, work camp, clay pit. Where's a soap maker? Some of the buildings here are a little hard to figure out what's what or where is where sometimes, but shouldn't be under storage. Oh wow, 3 new immigrants here. We're at 95 out of 124, so we got to build one more house in order to accommodate for the 125 that we need. Well, let's see. Must be under resources somewhere. Basket shop, Fletcher, Tannery, cobbler. Okay, that's all Tier 1. Interesting. There's our soap shop. Lower left of the Tier 2 tab. Also, what is this building? The armory. Okay. All right, well, let's go ahead and put that outside of town. It is stanky. All that animal fat boiling and all that. The herbs actually are nice. But let's go ahead and make that right there. Perfect. And it's kind of near the hunters, too. They only have to transport it up the road. And if we upgrade that, that's not too far. All right, a lot of roads are being upgraded to stone, by the way, so let's make sure we've got all of the area around us being mined out for stone. Anybody who is a laborer, aka unemployed, but not really, they're just unassigned to a specific job, is going and mining stone, so that's good. Wow, we've mined out all the stone down there. Helped us out to build a lot of the early buildings, so that's good. We'll have to do some more mining in town, but let's see. All that remains is to build the one more for the cobbler and then the rest for the roads, so that should be good. All right, so let's focus on the cobbler and soap production and weaving in order to provide our people with a few more things that they want for happiness. So there it is, shoes and clothes are required. Although their happiness is pretty high, it'll still eat away at it until it drops lower and lower. But that's totally fine. So clothes and shoes. One villager bedridden with scurvy. Interesting. Get them some... I wonder what the cure for scurvy is. Like, if you get scurvy, do you just eat a bunch of fruit and vegetables and then you're good? Or, like, you know, like, I don't know how that's going to work. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the town. We've got an abandoned building here. Desirability dropped briefly, so we can actually destroy this building. I wish there was an option to, like, restore a building. We can relocate or salvage. This was a Tier 2 building that the desirability dropped off briefly for whatever reason, and the people basically left. But yet now, if anybody gets all of their needs met, they can't move. If that building had whatever was missing from it replaced, the building is still abandoned and no one will move into that building, so it's kind of weird. So we'll just destroy it and then we'll reconstruct it. We just need cash now to finish some of the decorations in town too, which will increase further the desirability, which will get us higher levels of desirability for these houses along the shore. And then of course we can go on to tier 2 stuff, tier 3 stuff. Wow, not bad, dude. We're at 19 out of 25. My goodness. This house should automatically, once we rebuild it, be ready for a homestead status, so that'll be 20. So 5 more of these homes here that we built back here just need to be upgraded, and they are. Yeah, when houses upgrade, they automatically will take the materials for that. You can turn that off. There's a button in the upper right corner called Automatic Building Upgrades Enabled, and so what that does is, it's a little misleading. It makes you think like, oh, if a business can be upgraded, it'll do it automatically. No, it's just for the homes, which will then, which I didn't know, will consume wood or whatever materials that they need in order to upgrade. So mostly it's construction costs, but in this case, it's only 6 wood, and that's not too bad. We still have like 25 planks in storage, so that's good too. Okay, so we're gonna wait for a few more people to move into the town. More houses to be built. Once this house is rebuilt down here, this will give us 125 population potential. And let's build this house down this way. There we are. Perfect. Okay. One thing I haven't found in this game yet is overlays. I think if I press F, it does give us the overlay for fertility, but I haven't seen really any other overlays in the game. It's for building and a few other buttons there are indicated in the right side, but I'd love to see certain things like being able to see desirability just at a glance, or perhaps crime potential, although I believe crime in this game only is committed by people who are unhappy. So if you keep your happiness high like we are, where it never drops below maybe the middle balance of, well, it's like they're ecstatic, happy, content, and then maybe like miserable. Maybe that's the last tier. Not sure. But anyway, it does affect a lot of things in the game, like, for example, their work rate, immigration rate, combat effectiveness, and birth rate. So you can build an army of 1 billion troops, but if everybody's sad and if your economy's in shambles and you can't pay them, they're not going to be fighting so well for you, so you better make sure you do that. Well, let's turn off the pubs now. The pubs are purposely built for future use, but we're not going to use them for now. Looks like the pubs are also gobbling up some more supplies too, but man, once we can make the pubs function with alcohol and entertainment by having musicians show up, the amount of money we make from that is insane. It's probably about maybe a 50 to 100 maybe potential gold per pub, and then you can start really investing into your military, because all of those towers we can build do take a lot of cash. They take quite a bit of money, and so you know, the upkeep of the building and the paying of the troops, especially if you have a barracks, which a barracks can act as a tower itself, so it's a good idea to build your barracks near a potential area of theft for raiders. So, for example, your storehouse. They mostly raid the storehouse. Things like weapons and... this isn't the storehouse. Here it is. Hey, they look kind of similar. But, yeah, the storehouse here could have... wow, people dying of exposure? What? We have clothing. Hold on. And villager succumbed to illness. Oh, no. Ensure all dwellings are supplied with firewood. We got that. Warm clothing and coats. And make sure they're not forced to travel long distances. Well, looks like we are missing some clothing here. That's interesting. Might be a good idea for us to build a shelter up here, actually. Where did those deaths take place? I should have actually taken a look at that. Well, it might be because we need a weaver, too. But also it could have been the farmers working out in the field, which they should have just come home. Well, that means, by the way, I forgot, we should probably build a graveyard now. It's been a while since we've had any deaths in the town. I haven't even been thinking about it because we've been doing so well. Let's just plop that down. Regardless, people will die, though. Regardless, you will have deaths due to a random bear attack that just happens so suddenly you can't react to it, or a villager just getting sick and you having a potential cure, but the dice roll is just not in your favor and they just die that way, and that type of thing. Let's go ahead and build a graveyard maybe over here, somewhere a little peaceful off the beaten path. Right about here should be a nice spot. We'll do a 5x5. Actually, I can't tell how many that is without counting on the screen. All right, that seems a bit much. Let's do a 4x4. That should be better. All right, well, F's down below in the comments section for those folks. The only way to prevent that, I think, would be either the weaver for linen clothing, but there should be a way to make basic clothing. Oh, you know what? Actually, hold on. It might be because I find it a little weird that the tannery, that's what it is. Okay. Yeah, when I played this game a bunch of other times, I built the tannery just because I thought that was required for the shoes and whatnot. But the tannery is the only way to make just basic super bottom tier clothing. So the tannery, again, is another stank industry building. But, yeah, we need the tannery in order to turn pelts into clothing as well. So, yeah, okay, my bad. My bad, I'm sorry. The more you know, Is that fine? Okay, cool. I'm reelected. Awesome. Yeah, so the tannery required to make, and that's kind of weird because you'd think the tannery would be making leather, which can be made into, you could use that on tools and weapons. You could use that on clothing and shoes and things like that, or sold as a luxury item, like fancy leather belts and things like that. But yeah, okay. So I'm gonna have to make a list of absolutely required buildings because we don't necessarily need a cobbler to start with. It would seem the tannery is more important. The cobbler is just very important for tier 2 happiness and for monthly gold. So good thing to note. This game is pretty forgiving with deaths, though. Although the cold was pretty sudden. It would be nice if somebody, if there was a pop-up that said, "Hey, these people are at risk for hypothermia," because when somebody's sick, there is usually a pretty good countdown for that. Bring out your dead. Oh my God, I'm glad they died for the reference. Dead villagers left out to rot will attract vermin and disease. Okay, so that's why you need a rat catcher and such. And you could probably have a lot of deaths in war. So if you have a big invasion going on and you lose some troops, you're going to have to take care of them. Designate an area to be used as a graveyard. Okay, well, that's fine. Looks like somebody's dead actually outside the healer's hut, so it looks like whoever died of scurvy, they just tossed him out the door. Sorry, pal, nothing we could do, and just left him outside. Wow. That's a bad advertisement for that business, by the way. Oh, I'm thinking about going to the doctor. You walk up there and you're like, second thought. I think I'll either die at home or maybe I'll try some, made-up recipe. Maybe leeches. Leeches will do me good, yeah. Better than risking yourself at the healer's hut. That's awesome. Lol. Hey, it's cool to see, though, at all the different ways and different... the different risks and ways you need to prevent diseases and other things that could take your town out. Again, I go back to the old reference of Banished, where when I was playing Banished for the first time, I didn't think that the Gatherer huts or the Forgers or anything like that were important because, it's I'll just beeline to fish and that'll be all I need. No, it takes way too long to build that stuff, and for the first few years you want to forge and go slow and do certain things, and you don't realize how much firewood sells for or how important that is in that game. So every game, a little different. And every time that you, you treated death as kind of like a boundary or something to where how far you can push something or how important something is over something else. So yeah, the tannery a little more important than the cobbler, but the cobbler is something you should build later. So I guess in my other playthrough I accidentally saved myself by building that and not knowing what it did. So good, lesson learned. We've got ourselves another trader. All right, what is this guy specializing in? Ander Plains Rider. Okay, so we're dealing with stuff that's probably more related to maybe farming or exploration. Looks like he's exploring. Okay, so he's selling things that you'd find out on the trail maybe. And he requires things for travel, so baskets. Wow, he's selling baskets or buying baskets for 11. Wow. You'll buy crossbows. Ooh, I didn't know we could make that in the game. For 49. That still doesn't seem like a lot of money. Pottery, we'll have to start making that. We only have 10 baskets in storage. Let's go ahead and transfer 100 here. Actually, let's make it 200. No, the storage can get full. Let's just make it 100 and see if they can make enough of them and bring them over. We'll make a couple $100 off that. That'll be fine. So we're cutting down more logs. We should have enough willow for that basket maker to keep on pumping. Let's see. Willow is there. 188. I think it's 2 to 1. 2 willow for 1 basket. Let's hire another basket weaver. Nice. Alright, so we probably won't be able to make enough of those. He's leaving pretty quickly. Like each day lasts like 4 seconds or something like that. But we'll see what we can get. We'll check back in a little while. Alright, so that'll give us a gold boost. The pubs are shut down, or at least one's not functioning at the moment. And everybody should still be logging and gathering stone. Take a look for stone. Yep. Down by the shoreline. I wonder if they just can't reach that. Is that why they haven't been able to mine that? It might just be too close to the water for them to be able to do anything with. Oh, there's a lot of stone there. Okay. Now, in this case, this is where we'd probably want to build a work camp at this point, or at least a shelter out here. But even this isn't too far from the town to actually warrant a temporary shelter. We just needed that clothing. All right, well, population now is limited up to 128. Fantastic. So now we just need more people moving in, more births, more things like that. Happiness dropping a little bit due to the death. Happiness dropping due to death. But the graveyard will be up soon. Game doesn't require you to build a undertaker or a gravekeeper or a digger or anybody like that to maintain the graveyard or take care of the dead or build coffins. So in a game this detailed, I would love to see something like that. However, it's not an industry that you would be making too much money in. In a town with 93 people and with most, like for example, a playthrough that I'm into about over 12 hours now, I haven't seen anybody die of old age. And so there's been maybe a few disease deaths at random, but for the most part, it just doesn't happen. Look at that. We're making some cash now. Oh, and nice. We're going to build a nice little... Oh, that looks really, really cool. Like a nice little river walk down there. Must be bustling with mosquitoes. Bustling. Alright, we got stone... requirement. Logs are coming back in. Let's see if our trader's still here. 31 days. We can now sell a few more baskets. I like how we can sell in small parts. Oh, nice. 396 bucks. Oh, we need to also... Another thing I may have mentioned in our previous episode about trade too is that gold can be transferred. You can store gold at the trading post to barter, but also you can store gold inside of the... there's a vault or the town center to be used for the town's budget. So if you want to buy things, you'll first have to transfer money to the trading post. And if you want to use it to, if you make a big sale of something and you want to transfer it back to your town, you can do it like that. And then it'll be kind of instantaneous. Yep, there it goes. And then you can use that to pay your troops or hire more people. Each recruit, for example, at the barracks costs 50 gold and then upkeep. So, for example, if you're trying to build an army, you better make sure you got a few more gold in the coffers to start with. when raiders come, they're more than likely to also attack that building, so it might be a good idea to keep all your gold at the town center and then make sure it's defended. Hey, the park is done. Oh, yeah, and now we're starting to see all of these houses upgrade. Oh, yeah. Hey, look at that. One more house just needs to upgrade and we're good to go. And then the population just needs to catch up a little bit. We'll probably get a few more people coming in. And then we just need 100 wood and 1,200 gold, which shouldn't be a problem at all. Nice. Nice. So the map that you've seen so far gets so much bigger than we've ever seen. And the way to explore is to basically send out one of these flags and go out and try to find more resources and things to bring back to the town. You could probably build multiple towns and get away with doing something like that, multiple storages and such. But transferring things between the towns, you could only have one trade depot. So to try to bring things back to the trade depot, you probably want to keep a general central storage near your trade depot in town, so that way you can easily sell and buy things very quickly. Looks like another trader's on his way, actually right here. And I think that might be a guy named Scorv the Butcher or something like that. There's a guy who does a lot of buying of animal goods and things like that. It's a weird guy. All right, well, this guy's leaving in about 10 days. Not sure exactly what that guy buys, but we'll find out once he arrives and once the other guy leaves. Great. Great, great, great. So now the biggest thing, again, we can... The thing that I can always remember first in these types of games is I always want to expand, I always want to build more, but you're always restricted by your population. You can build, massive fortresses and walls and gates and things like that, but it's worthless without people to protect it. Can't get people to protect it without having your population boost, and that just takes time. Newborns, immigrants, people wanting to come into the town, and especially of that population you see there, the 93, that's not necessarily 93 working adults. That's actually 14 infants, 12 children, and 27 adolescents. So we're going to see more and more people going through that school now since we built it fairly early. So it's going to increase over time. Ah, we have Beldar the Peddler now. Fantastic. Looks like he buys a lot of pelts. That's great. I'm going to go ahead and sell those off because we can get a lot of pelts. I'm going to go ahead and sell 50 of those, keeping some for the cobbler and whatever else. Looks like he buys soap, but we haven't really been able to manage that too much. He'll sell baskets, pottery, a few other random goods, but it seems like shoes would have been the best bet here. We do have the cobbler open now, and the cobbler is making shoes. Let's go ahead and hire somebody there. Double the production on that. I wonder if he'll buy candles. 16 workers there. Does he buy candles? Impending heat wave on the way. Oh boy. He does not buy candles. Or at least we don't really have them there, so that's fine. But there should be candles at the storage. Nope, looks like those are bought too. Oh yeah, good. Oh, there's 36 candles in storage there, so the market just needs to come pick it up and be ready for sale. Cool. Alright, more gold in the coffers. That's good. We're going to start saving money to upgrade our town hall then. And the heat wave will rock the town to its core with the food supplies, unfortunately. But luckily we have some, even though this again looks concerning, it's pretty good actually. We'll be able to gather a lot of nuts and mushrooms and such before the fall, and fish and whatnot. 13 villagers have now graduated. Holy crap. That is awesome. Massive flood into the workforce now. Oh, that's going to be beautiful. The 13 people have graduated and now have a basic education. Congratulations. Oh yeah, and there you go. Now they're starting to immediately start work. Good. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to tell you to go there. That's right. He'll return to work shortly. Yeah, look at that. Now we've got 3 seniors, too. 3 people who we can now call Senor. Let's go ahead and take a look at the population for workforce again. We're at 16 still. 4 people on construction. Always good to have people assigned to construction, too, for those random building upgrades. You should always at least, if you have to cut back and it's an emergency, you can always cut it to 0. I would say 2 is an absolute minimum unless there's a super special exception, but 4 is a pretty good amount, too. I've never gone more than 8, and that's usually because I was trying to do a larger project of getting a few buildings built at the same time. to take advantage of newly arrived workforce, immigration, and graduation at the same time. Great. All right. Well, we just got to get that money up now. 1,200 is all we're waiting on, and apparently more stone. You know, the work camp is interesting because it only employs 4 people. I feel like it's a good way for people to go and get a resource from somewhere because they can work nearby it. But as for stone, there's so little stone. You know, like 18 here. It's going to be cleared in a matter of seconds, so you may as well just have people run out there and carry it back in a few trips rather than spending all the time building a work camp. Alright, I think we can cut down a few more trees here. Alright, 31 lumber, great. You know, having 2 fully functioning saw pits has really worked out. They've really created a great amount of planks that we continuously are using that way. Oh man, gold skyrocketing, 49. Selling those shoes. Selling those candles. He's buying these for a little lesser price, but that's okay. Another 400 gold for us. We'll transfer to the town. Bring us up over almost 1,000 now. And actually, do we have any shoes to sell? None, but we should be starting to sell shoes to the town, and the soap maker's almost done too. And the tannery as well. Tannery should be our top priority before winter. Make sure we build that. Okay. Gonna make that our top priority now. And that'll take care of any other issues for exposure. Alright, next goal. 100 population. That's what we want to hit. So we're going to kind of let the town chill for a little while. I'm always afraid of speeding up time in this game because I feel like an animal's just going to attack whenever I speed up, and then I'm just going to not be able to, you know, pause in time, and then it's all over. It's all over for that person, and I don't want it. Alright, well, the traders will work on bringing the goods over. How are the baskets doing? 2 people making baskets. Yeah, 18 there in storage, okay. Can we hire more people at the market? I don't even know. Ah, there it is. No, but we can upgrade the market, which I think also increases its capture area, and also, I believe it increases the cap for storage, and might also increase desirability, and possible additional income. Ah, there we go. Candles have been delivered. Good. Those will be purchased quickly. I think produced 355 gold, or whatever it was. Oh, dysentery. That means we got a water problem. Or not. Water 4 out of 8. They're halfway there. Could build a well up here, though. Might be a good idea. Other wells are down there. Yeah, we should probably build a well up here. We'll build it next to the park. It's a nice spot for it. And we can add some more decorations and such. But not a bad idea to have a well there. You know what's funny? This road's like disappearing. Oh, it's being upgraded to stone, but yeah. It looks like it's fading away. Cool. Alright, 15 stone now in the old treasury. The old storage. Okay, stone's going to be a problem for us. We're going to have to see if we can buy that at a certain point. Actually, wait, what is that? Oh, there's a oh, that's just somebody who dropped it on the ground. More fishing to be had here as well. Goodbye to all the greens and herbs there. Hunter cabin. I guess we were using this to protect some of the crops as well. Wow, lots of deer population there. Newly discovered. All right, the graveyard's in. How many people do we have Fs? Looks like we got 3. 2 on this side, 1 on that side. Maybe more on the way, hopefully not. So we had 3 deaths. Were those the only deaths in the town? Must be. It's the only time it popped up. Yeah. Somebody with the scurvy, I think. What sounds like a horrible way to die. I have no idea how that would affect the body. Ugh. I don't even want to know. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Okay, we got our forger there working nicely. Alright, stone is something we got to solve. We got to find it first. More out here. I really don't want to explore yet until we have seen more wolf dens or something like that. And I don't want to build into the deer territory or cut down this forest too much. That's too good. We need pelts and such like that. The only way we're going to get pelts naturally, or, well, man-made wise, is from cattle, and that's going to be a while. So, looks like somebody moved in and a new villager is born. Great. A little low and slow on the immigration. Clothing's starting to increase. Good. So that must be from the tanner that just finished. Yep. Cool. So definitely an increased need for pelts, which is good that we moved that one hunting area. Now, the next thing I want to do then is build a weaver then, so we can take care of the final clothing problem. So it's not even that they didn't have basic clothing. They also want woven clothing now. That's basic. There's the weaver building. Build that there. 80 wood on that one, man. Love building these buildings, though. What I really would love in this game, the only thing that I really think is missing is the ability to build a large town where you can ship things out via a port. To see a giant ship pull up to port and to see people working a dock and having things loaded on via crane and it being sold that way would be amazing. Now, that could still be possible in this game because I haven't seen tier 4 or 5 images or details or whatnot, but I'm just playing the game as is in this early access state, and damn, is it... I mean, if this is a starting point for this game, damn. Imagine where we could be a year after launch, possible modding, more feedback from us going to the devs having more time, and as people pick this one up, more money to put back into the game to add more features, more music, more locations, fixing things like, you know, lagginess from time to time, which you may see. It seems to get better after a restart, after loading a save, but, you know, that's like once every hour, which isn't the worst thing in the world, but, you know, you want to stay in a game and stay immersed forever. It's one of those games where you're going to end up being like, just one more hour, and next thing you know, it's the year 2942, and you've been playing forever, you know. All right, let's see the buildings. Any non-upgraded buildings? We've got a couple in the corners not upgraded, probably due to food. Yep, 1 out of 2 there. And now they want 3 food types in some places, but now it looks like the heat didn't really affect our crop this year. Great. And they're still working to ready those wheat fields for the next year. Fantastic. Well, we'll wait until they're done with that. I don't want to give them too many construction projects, although we do have the option to pause things. So we could actually put down like a granary and then just tell them to not build it just yet. So under storage... This building's great. It could also be possible to have rats from having you know, too much food in your storage as well, not in root cellars and whatnot. So it's a good idea to store your grain here, and then also those bodies. You don't want those bodies spreading disease. Don't want no disease. All right, we can build a little path here for the apiary. You know, actually, if we build our windmill over here, maybe we should make the flour. No. We'll have the farmers make a short walk to the granary, and then the flour from the mill Yeah, if we build the windmill up here somewhere, they can then just easily take the road back to storage down here. So it can go from the farms here and then from the farms to here, and then we'll build a bakery. Actually, you know what? I forgot. This game, the bakery, also increases desirability. Yeah. People want to live near a bakery to get fresh bread, probably not only just for the smell, but also, of course, to be closer to the action, if you know what I mean. So you can actually build a bakery in your town to further increase that. So keep in mind, buildings that increase desirability are the marketplace, decorations like the shrine, the school, the healer's hut, but the bakery, man. You can even just build the bakery and just shut it down if you don't have access to the if you haven't built a wheat field, and if you haven't had a flour mill made, you can just basically build a bakery and shut it down, and it'll still increase desirability. Pretty amazing that way. Where's desirability the lowest? Waterfront looks like it's pretty good. It looks like it's all up here near the park still. Let's build a bakery just across from the park. And you know what? There's a well right there too, so that's perfect. The bakery needs access to firewood, which is not too far away. You might be able to pick it up from the market, but worst case, the storehouse is right here. So not too bad. Just walk down the street a little bit, and then they got water from the well right there. And then all the top of the neighborhood will have access to the school, the park, and the bakery, and all these other homes get all these decorations down here and the market. Some of the homes are out of the catchment area, but it doesn't affect them too bad. They still can go to market. Fantastic. All right, let's upgrade some more of these. We'll just upgrade one road at a time there. Not bad. Man, food stocks are low, but I feel like we're going to build one more wheat field after this, and we're going to have so much flour from going to that mill. It's going to be awesome. We'll probably figure out a place to put the mill too, so let's do that. I'd love to build the mill on the hill. Imagine that. All right, let's cut the rest of those trees down. We'll leave those. They look nice. Cholera. Oh, dear God. Cholera is an infection spread through contaminated water that causes violent vomiting and diarrhea. Recovery chances are good if the affected person is provided with clean water. Ensure villagers have access to wells and waste is removed from houses. Not seeing any houses with waste. This person should have access to the upgraded well now. They've got access to a well there, and actually one down the street from their house, so that's good. That's just one of those random things then. Man, typhoid, cholera, dysentery, scurvy. Luckily, we don't really face too many of those problems today, or at least you don't hear about them as much. It's amazing how many problems were caused by contaminated water and how many can be cured by just access to clean water. Very important. Very important for cooking, cleaning, washing yourself, you know, bathing and stuff like that. Very important. Well, that person should be able to go to the healer's house. God help them. And let's see if we can build ourselves a nice little road around this well now. Yeah, we could put even more houses up here too. I'd love to put some trees around the bakery. Let's do some birch trees. I keep going for that cedar tree, but... yeah, here's some birch trees here. That'll be nice. And then there's like a whole path behind that. Always good, it seems, to just put decorations wherever the space provides. Do a little garden path back there. Nice. Alright, so let's see. 33 lumber. Yep, that should be fine. Plenty of gold. Great. And we've got more than enough gold now to upgrade the town hall. So, the thing we're waiting for now to get to the next tier is just the population to increase. We got the space, so come on in, people. Gotta wait for the population to have some babies and and eventually have some more immigrants move into. Plenty of space, plenty of room. Come on in. Did I miss anything at the trade? If I missed anything at the trade, by the way, just like say, oh yeah, at Minute X, there was a trade or something like that. I feel like that's a system that developers could improve upon a little bit. In games like Dawn of Man, for example, the Caveman City Builder, there's kind of like a sound that plays. There comes a cart now. I can see it. Oh, no, that's the wagon. Carts are with two. But, yeah, I think there could be a little bit of a change to make that more eventful. Like, for example, when somebody gets cholera or graduates, there's a pop-up over here. But when a trader comes, which only happens a few times a year, the only thing that happens is a green pop-up happens over the building. Would also be nice to maybe be able to pre-plan your moves. Maybe being told that, you know, hey, the trader from so-and-so will be here in 1 month or something like that. And then you'll have time to, you know, if they're on a set schedule, you'll have time to prepare before they get here. They do stay for 60 days or so, but, you know, it'd be nice is the standard be 30 days. They stay for a month in the town doing business. You get a little bit of a notice before they arrive so you can get your affairs in order in terms of getting all the extra stuff made, buildings completed, increase production, send all those goods to the trader, and then, of course, when the trader arrives, you have the option to do it manually or an automatic like a prepaid mode. You've already dropped off all your goods. You're just waiting for the trader to, you know, arrive, that kind of thing. You just make it a little more carefree when it comes to the trader. Otherwise, you always got to keep it in like the corner of your eye on the map. Like you don't want to let that trading depot out of your sight. You know what I mean? All right, stone is short again. Gonna need 15 for the bakery. Oh man, that bakery's looking cool. Oh, village cholera again. I've never seen that before. Not in this game. Oh, we've explored the whole lake. Good. Alright, we could put a storehouse here too, but the wagon, I think, will help to transport a lot of those goods further away. The tannery, the soap maker, and the composter. When this reaches 100%, by the way, when the mixing is done to the compost, once the compost thing fills up, we can then use it on the field, so that's good. It looks like this field's almost ready. Not too much longer, and we can try to start growing wheat every year. Nice thing about having wheat ready in a couple of years in advance before your mill is that you can at least have the storage of a ton of grain so the mill can work year-round for the first time. Although I think you only need like one person working there. It doesn't take too many people to work that mill. Who's being attacked? This guy? Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, baby, go. Go, sir. Nice. The hunter getting him with the one shot. Nice work. Love that. The hunters can protect themselves. I love that. It was the same in Stronghold as well. The hunters could protect themselves from wolves in the woods when they went hunting, and also the invaders would come time to time, and they'd be able to shoot their arrows. That was awesome. Would you believe that? 96. Not bad. Still a bit of a way to go. Well, once we're done with the current building projects, we're just going to have to wait for more people to move in. The desirability is solid. Few homes are not fully upgraded, but we've got 25. I think we've got 25 out of 25. We might have more, but I don't dare count. Money is good. Stone is just scarce. Wow, look at that. Such a peaceful town in the winter. Gorgeous. Alright, we're heading into spring again. Late winter, year 6, moderate breeze. Oh, didn't know that wind would be a factor in this. Wonder if we can see increased winds that could cause damage. Perhaps there's natural disasters like tornadoes that would hit an Austrieve. Those types of things. Farm field looking good. Clay pit. How much is remaining there? 1,800 clay remaining. Good. That's lots and lots of clay. We'll have to do a pottery barn next. Not just the store, but I mean the actual pottery. Building, the shop. Another thing in the Artisan district would be good. We could build it right here. New year of a new year. The year's... the 7th year. Wow. And a new person immigrated. Oh, come on. We need more than just one. You're stun locking me. We've got all this room, all this food, all this shelter and food and warmth and love and... Come on in. Come on down. Alright, let's do a... I guess we'll do a potter building. That just requires firewood. Don't need a kiln for that yet. The kiln will be only for the... charcoal kiln will just be for the... I think... Well, the forge buildings. The blacksmith and the other forge building, I think, take them both. I was trying to think if they do, and... Yeah, I believe they both take the same. Now let's build it right here. Good risk of fire here too, and the potter requires a well, so let's build that here for prevention of fire and for what they need for water. There we go. And you know what? I think the tanner also needs water too, doesn't he? Long way to go for water. Does the soap maker need that? Here comes the trader again. There we go. I think we'll build that over here. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so a couple extra buildings have water. And a few extra buildings are now kind of more within range of that. We built a few wells in the town too. And or buildings that will require that. The bakery is done. Oh, look at that. Oh, and you can walk right up to the window for fresh bread. Oh, man. Whew. Oh, yeah. Like an early McDonald's. Beautiful. Alright. Well, we don't have any flour at the moment, but... We just built that in order to get the bonus, the desirability bonus, so that's good. And we'll start having the bakery function fully once we've finished our, well, wherever we decide to place our mill. That's going to have to be somewhere maybe over here or possibly at the top of the hill, and then we can have the flour possibly go straight to the... I don't know if this game's smart enough to where the workers will go straight to the source to bring it like across the street, or if they'll have to go all the way to a storage building. We'll see. If that's the case, we'll probably just build a root cellar nearby where we can maybe designate only flour to be stored there. I'm not sure if we can separate them, but we'll find that out soon enough. All right, another trader on the way and another episode on the way for you guys tomorrow. So thank you very much for watching more of Farthest Frontier as we're now ready to step in to Tier 3. Just waiting for that population to hit 125. And once we do, we're good to go. We got ourselves a predator, but we will take care of that soon enough. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Sir, you better run. You better run.